welcome to 2024. Whew. Where did the time go? As it is the new year, this is the time when I know a lot of people are setting resolutions to get healthier, get more fit, lose fat, etc. In fact, I did a poll on my Instagram the other day and over 50% of people said that they had set a weight loss resolution every year for at least the last 5 years. If you are in that group of people who's been setting a weight loss resolution for what seems like forever, I want to help you out today. I want this to be the last year that you ever have to set that resolution, because I want you to have the tools and the knowledge to not only reach your goals but also maintain them without like feeling like you're starving all the time, because let's be honest, that's not sustainable. And if you feel like you're starving all the time after you reach your goals, they're not gonna hang around for a while. So if that sounds good to you, then give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, because in this video I am going to be giving you the 12 rules for fat loss that you need to know when embarking on a fat loss journey. And if you're looking for more in-depth help, if you want all of my tools and resources and information and coaching from me going into the new year, then good news, my course Fat Loss 101 is open for registration until January 9th. So you have less than a week to register for this course that is going to give you literally everything that you need to know to lose fat in a healthy and sustainable way, so that you can not only reach your goals but maintain that for the rest of your life. I created this course to be the last diet you will ever need. There are an abundance of fat loss, weight loss, etc. programs that pop up during the new year that promise super fast results. But these programs are just designed to get you instant gratification, not long-term success. My course is the opposite. It does require a little bit more work and time, but the goal is to get you to a place where you lose fat and you can keep it off for good. So the course comes with video lectures, a whole step-by-step plan for how to lose fat that you can tailor to your body, your background, your history, your needs, your lifestyle, etc. It comes with a bunch of tools and resources, also a variety of flexible workout programs, and then it also comes with group coaching from me. So you get to be in a lovely community full of other people that are on this journey with you, and I am in there every single day answering any question that you have, with live workshops once a month as well, in case there's anything that you want to discuss more in depth, or if we just want to sit down and chit chat. So if you want to check it out, again, you can register until January 9th. You go to fatloss101.com. I'll leave a link down in the description box below. And without further ado, let's get into the 12 rules for fat loss. Rule number 1 is focus on health first, and aesthetics will usually follow. The healthier you are, the better you're gonna feel and the better you're gonna look. Your hair is gonna be shinier, your skin is gonna be clearer, you're gonna be less bloated, etc. And the healthier you are, the easier it's going to be to lose fat. Your body fat is kind of like your security blanket, because when we were cave people and evolving, our stressful things came kind of just from famine, and so the body fat was the security blanket against the famine. Now our body gets stressed out in all kinds of ways, including chronic health issues. So if your body is trying to heal from a health issue, the last thing it's gonna wanna do is burn off its security blanket. So losing fat is just gonna be a lot harder if you're not also prioritizing your health. So even if you want to lose fat, I recommend eating, training, living in order to feel good, not just to look good. Also, if you're only chasing aesthetics, chances are you're gonna burn out pretty quickly. There's not a lot of good motivation there when it kind of just comes from a place of self-hate. So instead, if you start out your journey by focusing on your health and how you feel, then by the end of the year, you're also probably gonna have been able to lose more fat than someone that started their journey purely for the purpose of losing fat and not caring about their health. And this is one of the founding principles of my course, Fat Loss 101. It starts out with multiple different phases that really prioritize your health and kind of getting your body to an optimal place to lose fat before actually losing the fat. Rule number 2 is that slow is more sustainable than fast. Fast fat loss is unsustainable and often causes you to just yo-yo back and forth indefinitely, or until you just give up and decide to accept your higher body fat percentage. When you slow down and approach fat loss in a sustainable and healthy way, you are able to keep the results much longer without having to feel like you're constantly starving yourself in order to maintain those results. A lot of people do weight loss, fat loss programs, and they're able to lose the weight, but then they gain it back relatively quickly afterwards, or at least within a year. And oftentimes they blame themselves. They say, oh, like,
I couldn't, you know, only eat salad 24/7, therefore I gained the weight back and it's my fault for not having willpower.
No, listen to me. If you did a weight loss program and you regained the weight within a year, that is the program's fault for not having you lose fat in a healthy, sustainable way so that you can keep it off long term and setting you up for long-term success. That program was not designed to get you that long-term success in the first place. It is the program's fault, not your fault. When you do a program that is actually built around long-term results, that's when you'll get the long-term results. And yes, losing fat in that way does take longer. You don't get that instant gratification of losing 30 pounds in 30 days, but you get the long-term gratification of never having to worry about fat loss again once you lose it. Trade-offs. Rule number 3 is there is no best diet. All of the different niches in the fitness industry would have you believe that vegan or paleo or carnivore or keto or Mediterranean or whatever diet you want to name is like the best diet, and you have to be doing it or else you're doomed to never make any progress and also be incredibly unhealthy. And this could not be further from the truth. When it comes to the best diet for fat loss specifically, the best one is going to be the one that makes you feel the best and is the easiest for you to stick to. And this is going to be different for different people due to different biology and different lifestyle. So for example, if you have insulin resistance, then a low carb diet might be the best diet for you because it's not only going to help you be in a calorie deficit, etc., but it's also going to help heal that insulin resistance. So referring back to rule number 1, prioritizing your health. So your body's going to function better, you're going to feel better, you're going to be able to get more out of your workouts. It's going to be easier to stick with the diet because you're going to be feeling better. Or say you have autoimmune issues. AIP might be the best diet for you because that's a diet that tends to help put a lot of autoimmune symptoms into remission. And so you're going to feel a lot better, have a lot more energy, get a lot more out of your workouts, be able to stick to the diet a lot better, etc. Or if your biggest value is having a very flexible lifestyle and being able to eat whatever kinds of food you want, then following an if it fits your macros kind of approach might be best for you because it gives you what you need for your diet to feel sustainable. And that brings me to rule number 4, because no matter what your diet is, you still have to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. It's unfortunate, but it's true. It's simply the law of thermodynamics. You have to burn more energy than you consume in order for your body weight to decrease. It is the calorie deficit itself that forces the body to burn fat for fuel to meet its daily energy requirements. So if you're not in a calorie deficit, I don't care what diet you're doing, you're not going to lose weight. But rule 5 and 6 are kind of caveats to this. 5 is that metabolic adaptation is real. I used to be one of those people that just like parroted the idea online that like
Starvation mode isn't real.
and like, yeah, it's not completely correct with like how the term is commonly used, but metabolic adaptation, absolutely real. The body is a homeostasis machine. It does not want you to lose weight. It also doesn't want you to gain weight. So when you decrease your calorie intake to be in a calorie deficit and force your body to lose fat, your body's gonna do what it can to adapt so that you stop losing weight. And it does this by essentially decreasing your metabolic rate to match your calorie intake. And this is when you plateau. And this is why strategically timed diet breaks can be so helpful when on your fat loss journey, or else you're just gonna have to keep decreasing your calories over and over and over, and eventually you're eating next to nothing. You've plateaued, you're not losing any more weight. If you eat anymore, you start to regain the weight. Again, this is where a lot of weight loss programs go wrong, is they don't give you that strategy to keep your metabolism as fast as it can be, so that you don't have to just keep decreasing calories and then stay at the lowest calories possible in order to not regain the weight. Again, if you're looking for a comprehensive fat loss program that takes all of this into consideration, check out Fat Loss 101. Anyway, I digress. I said rule number 6 was also a caveat, And it is. Rule number 6 is that a calorie deficit,
This is a controversial one.
a calorie deficit isn't necessarily always created by eating less. The thing with rule number 5, metabolic adaptation, is that your metabolism doesn't just slow down, it can also speed up. And there's two main things that can cause your metabolism to speed up. Number 1 is getting healthier. So I see a lot of people embark on just a health journey, not a fat loss journey, and end up losing fat in the process. Not because they're accidentally eating fewer calories because they're just eating more vegetables, but because their bodies are getting healthier. Their metabolisms are speeding up. So if you can heal your hormone imbalances, if you can put your PCOS into remission, if you can put your autoimmune symptoms into remission, or deal with whatever health issue that you're dealing with, you may just lose fat in the process because you're getting healthier. Even if you're eating the same number of calories, you start burning more calories because you have more energy, you're sleeping better, your body isn't holding on to that security blanket of fat around you because it feels healthier. And the second thing that can speed up your metabolism is a calorie surplus. Now, you don't want to just start eating an extra 500 calories a day. Your metabolism is not going to spike up and cause you to burn fat because you're eating 500 more calories. You have to do it in a very slow, controlled way. The process of this is called reverse dieting. I have a lot of videos about this on my YouTube channel if you want more information. I also actually have a full course on it called Reverse Dieting 101, which you can check out at reversedieting101.com if you think you have a slow metabolism and you need to speed it up. That's a whole other video. But what I see happen, not infrequently, this doesn't happen all the time, it's not a guarantee, but for a lot of people that are coming from years of chronic restriction, chronic dieting, their metabolism has slowed down, they're eating as little as they possibly can, and if they eat any more, they're gonna start gaining weight. When they go through a reverse diet where they slowly and in a very controlled way increase their calories incrementally, their metabolism starts revving up because the body's like,
Oh my god, like we actually have energy to function. This is amazing.
and not being in a chronically deprived state anymore also helps the body heal any health issues that can be caused from chronic restriction. But what I see sometimes happen is these people's metabolism will speed up faster than their rate of calorie increase. And so they'll be in a calorie deficit even though they're eating more, which is crazy. And so I do see people losing weight as they go on a reverse diet because their body is just thriving on more calories than when they were chronically restricted. So if you're one of those people that's been chronically restricting for seemingly forever and it feels like if you eat one bite of cake, you're gonna just gain a ton of weight, I would probably recommend checking out Reverse Dieting 101 instead of Fat Loss 101 because you might want to spend some time focusing on your metabolism first. I actually have a little metabolic calculator to tell you which course would be better for you. I'll leave a link to that down in the description box too to see if your metabolism is a healthy enough place to do Fat Loss 101 or to embark on your own fat loss journey, or if you need to reverse diet first. So links in the description. Rule number 7 is that the body works on averages. When it comes to fat loss, it's not necessarily the individual choices that make or break your progress. It's the aggregate or average of all of your choices over weeks and months. Think of it this way, you know that one day of eating in a calorie deficit is not going to cause you to lose all the fat and get to your goals. But for some reason, a lot of us approach our fat loss journeys with the idea that one day of eating in a calorie surplus, one day of not hitting all of our various targets is going to cause us to regain all of the weight. It's the sort of black and white thinking that one little slip up is going to ruin everything that actually ends up ruining everything. Because then you slip up, you think you ruined everything, and you just go,
Well, I failed. I'm gonna stop trying now.
But what this also means is that if you want to eat in a calorie deficit, you can aim for a weekly average rather than trying to hit exactly the same numbers every single day. And I have a whole video about a tool that I built around this principle that I call the macro averager tool, so I'll leave a link to that down in the description box below. But I find this gives people so much more freedom and flexibility, and also allows people to stay a little bit more in tune with their bodies, because that means on days where you're less hungry, you can eat a little bit less. On days where you're a little bit more hungry, you can eat a little bit more, and as long as you're hitting your weekly averages, you're gonna be a-okay. Rule number 8 is that fat loss, particularly if you want to keep off the fat long term, requires discipline. Losing fat is not easy if you want to keep it off long term. And this is the allure of the like 30-day crash diets. You don't need to build long-term discipline because it's over in 30 days, but that's exactly why you gain the weight back after. And I think a big issue here is that marketing and social media have tricked a lot of us into thinking that weight loss should be really easy. We should be able to do it all in like 6 weeks. It makes us think that there's some like quick, painless solution, but that is a lie unless you don't care if you regain the weight after. Anything worth having in life requires work. You wouldn't expect to go to one college class and get a degree. You wouldn't expect to get your first job out of college and have that specific job be some like lucrative career that you want to stay in for the rest of your life. You wouldn't babysit a kid for 6 hours and suddenly expect yourself to have all of the tools and skills you need to be an amazing parent. Like, all of these things require work, discipline, time, dedication, and losing fat is the same. And when you can approach your fat loss journey from this mindset of knowing ahead of time that it is going to require time and patience and discipline, then you're much more prepared for what it takes to actually accomplish these goals. Rule number 9 also likes to ruffle some feathers, but it is resistance training for fat loss, cardio for weight loss. I've ranted about this in the past, but essentially cardio is catabolic, meaning it breaks down tissue. This means it is going to help you lose fat, but it's also going to break down more muscle, particularly when combined with a calorie deficit. So over time, this can lead to a lower body weight, but it can also lead to a higher body fat percentage. Resistance training is anabolic, meaning it builds tissue. And in the context of fat loss and calorie deficit, this just means that it's gonna help preserve more muscle mass, which means if you lose weight, you're losing most of that weight from fat. And that's gonna result in a much lower body fat percentage. So if you're looking to actually get lean, not just see the number on the scale go down, you need to be resistance training. If you have any issues with this perspective, please watch my whole video about this topic because I go into a lot more depth and science and all of that. I'll leave a link to it down in the description box below. Or if you just want to learn more about this topic, watch the video. Rule number 10 is that fluctuations and plateaus happen. This derails so many people's fat loss journeys because their weight fluctuates. It goes up for a couple days, or they hit a plateau for like a week and they freak out and they think that they're doing everything wrong, and then they change strategies where their strategy would have worked if they just let it keep doing its thing and like stayed focused, and then they switch to this new thing and they get a little bit of results, but then they plateau and they regain the weight, and like they just go back and forth between all these things because they can't stand having their weight fluctuate or hitting a small plateau. So it's really important to know that fluctuations and plateaus are so normal and should be expected. Like, you would be extremely abnormal if you're on a fat loss journey and your weight doesn't go up some days and you don't hit a plateau for like a week or two sometimes. Like I said before, the body functions on averages, and so as such you should also be looking at your progress on average, not day to day. Look at the trends week to week and month to month. Rule number 11 is one that not enough people talk about, and that is that your trauma might just prevent you from losing fat. Other than a slow metabolism caused by years of chronic dieting, trauma and limiting beliefs are often the root cause of a person's inability to lose fat and keep it off. Core beliefs such as, I don't deserve to lose weight, or I'm not disciplined enough to stick with anything long enough in order to lose the weight, or I am not worthy of existing in a smaller body. These beliefs manifest as self-sabotaging behavior. As humans, we seek to confirm our beliefs about the world and about ourselves, even if that means subconsciously self-sabotaging in order to get those beliefs confirmed. So for many people, working with a therapist might actually be the best course of action for losing fat, as opposed to signing up for a weight loss course or working with a personal trainer. And number 12 is you deserve self-love regardless of how much fat is on your body. Regardless of how your fat loss journey is going, you deserve all of the love from yourself. So many people start their journeys from a place of self-hate and unworthiness, believing that achieving their dream body is going to magically give them that sense of self-love. But it's so important to remember that you deserve the love that you aspire to give yourself now, and you are perfectly capable of giving it to yourself now. That love is within you already. Losing fat doesn't magically make more capacity for love appear within yourself. You just have to give yourself permission to feel it. This also ties back to the last rule, where a lot of people don't want to give themselves permission to feel it because they're afraid that if they do that, then they'll never lose the weight, because they're afraid of accepting themselves as they are. But here's the thing, you can accept and love yourself and also work on bettering yourself, changing yourself in any number of ways, not just fat loss. But both of those things can exist at the same time. But it's just so important to remember that you are the only one who has the power to give yourself permission to love yourself. And you are also the only one who can stop yourself from loving yourself. So give yourself that permission now. Losing fat is hard enough. Hating yourself throughout the process just makes it so much harder. And with that said, those are my 12 rules of fat loss to kick off your fat loss journey for the new year. And again, if this resonated with you, if these are beliefs and ideals that you want to make sure you're incorporating into your fat loss and or fitness journey this year, then make sure you sign up for Fat Loss 101 before January 9th, because all of these principles are integral to the course material and how I have the structure of the actual fat loss program laid out. You can go to Fat Loss 101 to sign up, and if you're watching this after January 9th, you can just sign up for the waitlist for the next round of the course. I hope you guys liked this video. If you have any other rules that you would like to add to the conversation, please leave them down in the comments below. If you have any questions, also leave them in the comments below. Please like this video. If you liked it, it really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your gym buddies. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!